Welcome back, Unkindled Ones, to Dark Souls the board game playthrough. This is part 2 of the Boreal Outrider Knight. So between part 1 and now, the only thing that I did was go back to the bonfire, rest at it so that the encounters were reset, and then I defeated both level 1 encounters. No problem. We've seen that all before. And I had no issue with it, so just left it out. But after defeating those 2 encounters, I got 8 souls, and so I upgraded the warrior with the halberd. And I gave that halberd a Titanite shard and a blessed gem. So now it deals +1 and has an innate black die to each of its attacks. What this means though is that those 2 upgrades are now permanently attached to the halberd. So if I end up not liking it, well, that's too bad for me. But it will make the warrior significantly stronger and give him a small boost to his defense. The assassin though doesn't have anything new. So hopefully after this encounter, I'll get some souls and maybe find some new equipment for the assassin, potentially. Or we can just jump right into the Boreal Outrider Knight. So let's see how our new equipment will fare. We're going to place ourselves like this and give the aggro token to the assassin. So these soldiers are going to chase him down and chase the warrior down and attack the warrior. But now the halberd on the warrior actually boosts his defense. And that will make him take no damage. Perfect. But the assassin still has to dodge a few crossbow shots. And let's see if he can. Spending 1 stamina to dodge. Got it. Spending another 1 to dodge. Don't got it. Alright, I'll take the 3 damage, that's fine. And the warrior will go first. Now the problem with the halberd here is that it doesn't have the special effect of the axe, which allows it to kill all enemies on a single node. What it does have is range, but that might not be the most important thing for me right now. So we'll see if having the halberd was a mistake, because already right now I can tell. Well, actually, before he takes his proper turn, I could switch out the halberd just to get rid of all the trash and have less enemies on the field. Less enemies on the field is way more important than dealing bigger damage to these weaklings. So let's do that. Let's swap out the halberd, put our pierce shield back on, and our battle axe. Then he'll take his proper turn. He'll move once, move twice, which means someone has to get pushed out, and that will be the assassin. Then he'll spend 2 stamina to attack everyone on his node. Ooh, I'm gonna have to spend a lucky coin on that. Otherwise, that will kill nobody. And that will kill everybody. Perfect. So now we're in a spot that's slightly better. And so the monster right here will attack the assassin. We'll dodge, go over here, and dodge this guy. Perfect. He's safe. But now these 2 crossbow hollows are shooting our warrior. But he can take the damage. The first one does 1 damage. The second one does 1 damage. No problem at all. So the assassin will go, healing 2 stamina. So the assassin here, taking that damage was a real blow to what he could do. What I really want to do is run over here and poison mist these guys. But that'll leave him incredibly vulnerable because he still has to survive the next volley of attacks. Unless I use the Estus, but I'm trying to save that for the mini-boss. So the next best thing I can do really is to just poison the guy that's adjacent to me. Spending 1. Boom, and then running away. Like a champion. So when the hollow soldier here activates, he goes after the warrior, who will block. Block a good chunk of that damage. Still taking 1, no problem. And then the hollow soldier will die. But now the assassin has to survive 2 attacks from crossbow hollows. Spending 1 to dodge forward. Come on. Ugh, not getting it. Which means he'll take 3 damage. So the question becomes, oh no. He has to... Oh no, he's not going to survive. He's not going to survive. This was an unfortunate... God damn it. We need to do something about this assassin, because this crossbow hollow, doesn't matter what happens. The assassin can't dodge it because he doesn't have any stamina remaining. And he can't block it because he can't block 3 damage. Great. So that leaves us with 1 spark remaining. If we die 2 more times, the game will be over and I will lose. So let's see what we got here. Knight goes in. Soldier goes in. Warrior will block. And block all the damage. Other warrior goes in. Assassin pops out. Pops out this way. Warrior will still block. This time taking 2 damage. And because the warrior died, well, technically he didn't die, but because the party died, the warrior lost the Ember token. That was a big loss. But now we'll see the might of the halberd, because I'll spend 1 stamina and attack the Silver Knight. Now the halberd actually has an effect that says it can't attack monsters that are on its node, polearms and whatnot. But me attacking this knight is totally cool. It'll give me 1 blue dice, 1 black dice, plus 1 innately from the halberd, and then plus another 1 because of the titanite, which means it doesn't matter what I roll, I'll always kill a Silver Knight, because I'll do at least 3 damage. So we don't have to worry about that. We just have to worry about surviving another round of Hollow Soldier attacks. So that's what we'll do. We just did a straight up attack, and now we'll block both of these guys again. First guy, 1 damage. Second guy, no damage. Now the assassin will go and not mess up his roll. Poison Mist to both of them. And back off for a spell. So, warrior survives another volley of attacks because the hollow soldiers are always looking to attack the nearest person, not the person with the aggro token. So, first attack. Oof, that'll hit him for 3. And thanks to us losing that Ember token, that hurts. Second attack. Nothing. And they will die. Level 1 encounters are easy enough, but damn. That level 2 encounter for some reason really knocked us down. But now we have 4 souls, thanks to finishing this encounter. So let's see 2 equipment at a time. First one, Ember token. I guess this time we'll give it to the assassin. Second card, Soul Arrow. Now this ain't half bad, and the assassin could use this. Although, here's why I would not want to use it. 2 black dice, magic attack. That's good. 3 range, that's good. All of that, that's a good deal. But, looking at the Boreal Outrider Knight, he's got 3 magic resistance. Not easy to beat that. So, we'll kind of tuck this away and spend our last 2 souls to find 2 more treasures. Murakumo, this is good. This I want. But cannot have. At least not for a while. Crystal Gem. Just another upgrade. But now I have a goal for my assassin. So that means I'm actually going to go back to the other level 1 encounter to get more souls. Now I didn't have any trouble with this tile last time, but let's see if there's any difference now. A warrior has his halberd equipped, and he will be the main target. The first Silver Knight swordsman will go in and attack him. He blocks, only for 2, which means he takes 3. And because he was hit with the attack, he'll get pushed. But this time I'll push him south. Because what I realized is now the second one's going to go 1, 2 forward, and uh-oh, can't reach. This guy is going to shoot. And oh snap, here's what I realized also. The Great Bowman is hitting everyone on the node. I hope I didn't miss any times where that was relevant. But the warrior blocks it splendidly. The assassin will have to dodge. Moving over, trying to get 1. And he does. Great. So that's not an issue. Then the warrior will auto-kill one of these Silver Knights. Because again, the halberd is just so good. But that does cost him 1 stamina. So the Silver Knight's going to go in, and the warrior's going to block. I'm wondering if he's going to take too much damage. No, he's going to only take 1. Get pushed, and this time I won't endanger the assassin. And the Great Bowman will also make his shot. Also only dealing 1. But now it's the assassin's go. The assassin really doesn't have a lot going for him, but he's gonna do what he does best and just poison a knight and be bait, at least for now. So that means that the knight will go in, he will attempt to dodge, and try to get 2. Now I know he's probably not going to dodge this, but I also know that it doesn't matter whether or not he takes all the attacks or doesn't. So yeah, I'm going to try to go for the dodge. No. Alright. Doesn't matter. Silver Knight dies anyways, but that will cause him to take 4 damage. Would be 5, but the Ember reduces it by 1. Then the Bowman will attack, and this time he'll block. Also taking the full attack, but because of the Ember, only takes 3. See, like I said, calculated. I knew he wouldn't die. Still not the smartest thing, but it's working out. And the warrior go once, twice, and halberd kill the Great Bowman. That's 4 more souls, but that still doesn't get me the number of souls I need to boost the assassin 1 more time. But we're going to go onto that tile anyways and see what we can do. Let's try this again and not get the assassin killed. To do that, I'm going to make the assassin the prime target. These soldiers will go in, no problem. Then the crossbows will shoot. Try and dodge. Whoop. Please dodge this time. Thank you. Second one will shoot. Come on. Do I spend a lucky coin for this? I think not. And so the assassin will take 2 damage, thanks to the Ember. So the warrior will go, and he's got different priorities. Now, he hates the crossbows. So he's going to just take 1 out, ending his turn like that. So that means these guys are going all in on him. And he will block. First one hits him for 1. Second one hits him for 2. 3 damage altogether. Then this soldier will attack the assassin for 1. He's going to try to dodge. Getting it. Moving him adjacent. Then this crossbow moves over like that, shooting at the warrior. Dealing 2 more damage. Warrior, no, please don't die. Man, we are in a situation here. Assassin, how will you protect the warrior? These are the crucial questions. What he can do is poison the 2 guys that are on his node. Unfortunately, that doesn't really help us here and now, unless we make ourselves a target. See, if the assassin goes in here, he can take one of the attacks just fine, and then the second one can go on the warrior. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. The assassin's going to go in, the warrior gets pushed out, and this is how we're going to do it. Actually, wait, that's a bad idea. Because the first attack will go on the assassin, and so will the second attack, even if he dodges it. Do I want to dodge 3 attacks in a row? I don't know about that. That seems kind of dangerous. Yeah, it's a bit too dangerous for my blood. But I think we have to do it. I think we have to. And we're going to spend the Estus. That's what I really hate. I wanted to save it, but can't be reserved. So that ends my turn. The soldiers will attack the assassin. He's going to attempt to dodge out of the way, but still taking the first attack. Fine. Then he dies. The second one tries to go for the assassin. Because it's closest, they're both closest. Then it's whoever has the aggro. Still the assassin. He's going to attempt to dodge. And he gets it. Then he dies. Then this guy goes in, can't do anything. Then the crossbow. Another successful dodge. So, see, I wasn't banking that I could dodge all 3 of those attacks successfully. If I knew that, then I probably wouldn't have taken the Estus, but better safe than dead. Plus, if I died here, I would have dropped souls, and that's just a hassle and a half. Rather not let that happen. So, warrior goes in. Warrior disintegrates someone. Then the assassin will dodge the last attack here. Getting it, no problem. He'll still spend the 1 to put poison on. Soldier goes in. Assassin dodges and gets it. And warrior. And the soldier topples over. Still very disappointed with how that went down. But we'll spend all the 8 souls that we've just acquired to upgrade the assassin's dexterity and give him Murakumo. And we'll even upgrade that with the sharp gem, giving it an extra black dice. Murakumo here isn't that great of a weapon, but what makes it good is that it gives an extra dodge dice. So with the assassin here, he has 1 on his sword, 1 on his shield, and 1 on his armor, meaning he now has 3 dodge dice. So now I think my team here is about as equipped as they can be for this encounter. The only things I'm really missing, I would like to have shadow armor, that would be nice. Maybe I would like to have court sorcerer robes, that would be nice. But neither of these 2 can equip those. Although, all that it would take for the assassin to equip the robes would be 4 more souls. But we can try the mini-boss and fail and not really suffer any penalties. Although if I die, I lose the ember. Ugh, that darn ember. Oh well, forget it. We're gonna go try out the mini-boss. So here we have the Boreal Outrider Knight. We're gonna place ourselves in the corners because corners are always safe. His behavior deck will have 4 of 5 cards. And because we revealed, 1 gravestone, we get to look at 1 of these cards. A sweeping strike. He will attack first, leaving his right arc exposed, and then go backwards. No, go farther away from the person with the aggro token. and has a dodge rating of 1. Okay. Doesn't seem like too crazy of an attack. And our encounter is now set up. Now the Boreal Outrider's ability here says that he never gains frostbite tokens or stagger tokens, although I don't think that will ever come into play. He starts with 26 health and he heats up at 13. So it is your turn. First he does backhand slash. First he tries to go closer to that warrior. So let's send him this way. Maybe not. Let's send him this way. Then he attacks within a range of 1, people in front of him and people to his left. That doesn't hit anybody, but he repeats this attack again. So he tries to get closer and hitting people in front of him and to his left. The warrior will get hit by that. So we'll attempt to block it. And blocking all of the damage, but still getting hit. So now we're going to start suffering status effects. And this one is frostbite. When a character gets frostbite, we have to spend an additional stamina each time they walk, run, or dodge. But luckily, the warrior doesn't need to go anywhere, because our halberd attacks at a range of 1. You're in a range of 1. And because this node is split in half by the boss's arcs, it means that he counts as being in the front arc and the side arc being the weak arc. Which means when the warrior declares his attack, which he's about to do right now, he's going to spend 4 stamina and get blue dice innately, black dice for the upgrade we gave him, and another black dice for being in the exposed arc. Take these dice and see what we get. 4 plus 1 of the halberd plus 1 of my Titanite shard, making it 6 minus the physical defense of the Boreal Knight makes it 4 damage, bringing him down to 22. And then at the end of the warrior's turn, he will remove frostbite. So great, it did not come into effect. But now, the knight returns fire. First he'll attack people in his front and his right arc, which is where the warrior is. Attempting to block here, and blocking 3, taking 1. Then the knight will leap, but keep his facing. So, actually the best way to do this is to push myself like this. Now of course, the warrior got hit by that attack, and now he will repeat that attack again, attacking people in his front and his right arc. Ha, I'm not there, you fool. But then leap again. This time we'll move him like that. What a jumpy guy. So now the assassin gets to do his stuff. He goes 1 and spends 1 to get into close range. And he's going to do his heavy attack. Which means he'll get 3 dice, plus 1 for the upgrade we gave him, plus 1 for being in the weak arc. Two, 4, 6, 7, minus 2, 5. Bringing the Outrider Knight down to 17. Wow, the assassin did more damage than the warrior. That's not too shabby. But watch him die now. The knight responds by attacking both of these guys. So first we're going to attempt to dodge with our assassin. And this time he gets 3 dice. And actually, here's a special thing that I didn't mention in the tutorial. When you dodge while you're in a boss's arc like this, You don't have to move, say, one adjacent like that. You can actually roll kind of through the boss and end up on the other side. And I'll show you why that's important. But first, let's attempt to dodge. Okay, little overkill, but great. But our assassin here has got a heroic action called backstab. Once per spark, after making a successful dodge, the assassin may attack the enemy he dodged. This attack does not cost stamina, but must have range to the enemy. So, spending our heroic token, we're going to do an attack now within the boss's weak arc. Meaning we take all of our dice and getting a whole bunch. 2, 4, 7 again, -2, another 5, bringing him down to 12, which is past his heat up. But first, before he heats up, of course, we have to resolve the attack against the warrior, which he will block. Blocking 3 of the damage and taking 2 for himself. Then this guy will move backwards. Actually, he will move away in relation to the assassin here. Which means first, order operations. First he pushes everyone, the assassin being the person getting pushed, so one of these nodes will have to do. We're gonna do this way. Or maybe, we'll do that way, doesn't matter. Then the Outrider Knight will go backwards, farther away from our assassin. So our warrior gets pushed, we'll push him this way. And now the Outrider Knight will heat up. Take his heat up cards, shuffle them, add it in, and shuffle it up. And just like that, our Outrider Knight has heated up. Now, there was an FAQ, or there was a post online that asks what happens to the arc that used to be here and exposed after the monster heats up like that. And the answer was, the weak arc is still the arc of the last card you saw, and that arc will persist until the next card is revealed. So currently, the exposed arc is this right arc, and lo and behold, we are in that exposed arc. So the warrior will recover and then spend 4 stamina to attack that exposed arc. And actually, I should have dealt him more damage. I'm looking now, his heavy attack has 2 blue dice. +1 black because of the upgrade we gave him, +1 black because of the weak arc, and then add 2 to this result. So at the very least, we'll give him 1 damage down. Because let's just assume that the extra blue dice that we would have rolled would have done the minimum of 1. Jeez. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, +1 for the Tight Knight, +1 for the Halberd. 8, 9, -2 is 7. Meaning we do a whopping 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bringing him down to 4 HP. That is brutal. And we're gonna S this up. Healing everything we got. I think we know how this battle is gonna go. But let's see what you do. Chilling Thrust. He's gonna chase down a warrior here. Looking at him. Moving forward once. Pushing him off to the side. Looking at him again. Moving forward, pushing him off to the side. Unfortunately, we can't get out of the arc that he's trying to attack. And in fact, he's specifically targeting our warrior here. But we'll attempt to block. And block 2 damage. So hey, that's not too shabby. but he gets frostbite as he is wont to do. So Assassin, you recover your 2 stamina. Now can you run in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. That would cost him 3 stamina just to get there. And then spending another 3 to potentially Murakumo him to death. I think that's worth it because we've done a bunch of damage. 1 for free. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then Murakumo. 1, 2, 3. 3 black innately. 1 for our upgrade. 1 for the weak arc. We are looking for 6 to kill him. Maybe that's too risky. That's way too risky. If I don't do this, the assassin is dead. Oh, man. I want to do it. But I won't. That's too much. That's too much. That's way too risky. Not after I've come so far. I can't do that. Sorry, guys. So the assassin will just sit there and heal his stamina like he did. So, Outrider Knight, what do? You attack everyone in front of you, to the left of you, and behind you. Warrior is safe. Then you're trying to get away from the person with the aggro token, which means you face me and unfortunately cannot go anywhere. Or actually, does he face me at all? Because the way that a boss tries to move away from a character like this is that they're supposed to actually face their back arc to a node that is farther away from their target and then move onto that node. But there is no node farther away from their target. So do you turn at all? I don't know. After careful deliberation, I guess the best in spirit would be to face them like this. Although the boss does not move. So our aggro token goes to our warrior. Now I would love to move the warrior to this node so that he could attack in the weak arc of the knight and most assuredly kill him. But I can't really do that unless, here's my plan. Move once for free, but because of frostbite I have to spend a stamina to do that. But then, using the heroic action of the warrior, it says, once per spark during his activation, the warrior may move 1 node without spending stamina. So that doesn't take into account frostbite. Then it says the next range 0 attack he performs would cost 0 stamina and would hit all enemies on the node. Unfortunately, I'm not doing a range 0 attack. I'm doing a range 1 heavy halberd attack. But hey, that's all I need because it gives me 2 blue, 1 black because of our upgrade, and 1 black because of the weak arc. And now I'm looking for 6. Two, 4, 5, plus 1 because of the halberd, plus 1 because of the titanite shard. 6, 7, minus 2, 5 damage. The Outrider Knight is dead. Our rewards are 2 souls thanks to the 2 characters times the 1 spark we have on our spark dial that's remaining. Not great, but we also get an Iritho straight sword, the Outrider's armor, and the Iritho rapier. They all look like pretty good items, but I'm not sure my team needs them. But that was definitely interesting. I was a lot less confident in this group than I was as a solo knight. But it was interesting to see the dynamic of how having 2 characters changes the boss's behavior. Positioning is so crucial in this game, and trying to micromanage the battlefield. But I had a great time with this. That just makes me all the more excited and anxious to fight up against the dancer of the Boreal Valley. And honestly, I'm more worried about the encounters leading up to the dancer than the dancer itself. Because this ragtag group, they have some trouble with smaller encounters, but I don't know, we'll see in the next part of this party's playthrough of Dark Souls, the board game. Thank you so much guys for your support. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.